All right. Kissing all these girls in Portugal. So welcome everyone to this new podcast episode about cross-cultural case studies. Today, a short case, but very, very fun, about an Indian student who came to visit a friend of his who was studying in Portugal. And so he picked him up at the airport and brought him to his apartment, showed him around, enjoyed everything. Portugal is a lovely place. And told him, well, tomorrow there is a party organized by one of my friends, one of my girlfriends, and we are invited. So the next day, invited, shows to the party at somebody's apartment. And there were a lot more girls than there were boys, all right? And so the author with his friend, they come, and then there was a good atmosphere. And then immediately upon arrival, we're having one by one, the visitors are being embraced, hugs, and kissed on the cheeks, which is very unusual and very surprising. Not so much for the student who already, got some understanding about the Portuguese culture, but for the visitor who had just arrived for the first time to Portugal. So it was very uncomfortable for him and rather shocking. So what can we say about this little case, which is, by the way, inside my book of 199 cross-cultural case studies? It's actually very interesting because we can look at it from different perspectives. Well, first of all, it's a greeting. So greetings, usually this is about communication, how we greet people. It's one of the folk ways. It varies a lot from cultures to cultures, and it actually often involves non-verbal communication. Handshakes, huggings, kissing on the cheeks, or just bowing, or just waving. There are multiple ways to greet people, and it's fine. We're used to it. But in that case, we are entering a zone that is actually quite unusual for our Indian authors. We're talking about touching. In cross-cultural management and those studies, we call that haptics. So everything about touching people, the touching dimension. Some cultures, they're very tactile. They like to touch people. And we see that when we observe politicians. Some politicians constantly come and touch guests. Other politicians come from cultures where there's zero physical contact. And so here, the shock is mostly about that. So it's not so much that greetings are different. It's mostly that greetings here involves touching. And India is a culture where we don't touch, all right? And not only we don't touch, but we also have a rather big distance between boys and girls. And so not only we don't touch in general, but we surely don't touch a boy and a girl who don't know each other. Very unlikely to touch, right? Otherwise, it might be misunderstood, or it might be, of course, I put aside all the harassment questions. But that brings us to the ultimate topic, which is taboo, all right? When we study culture, of course, taboo is a very important element. Taboo is an extreme norm. It's often a misunderstood question. A taboo topic is not a topic that is controversial. That is a controversial topic, right? No. A taboo is a behavior or a topic that is actually totally unthinkable and for which we cannot talk about. The typical topic that is being brought by a small kid at a family dinner, ask an innocent question and everybody falls silent and doesn't want to say nothing because we're so embarrassed, like this is something we don't even talk about. And so taboo is that. And so there are a number of taboos, of course, universal taboos among humans. And it has to do, of course, often with sexuality. It has to do sometimes with nudity, which is a very frequent taboo in many cultures. It can be talking about money. It can be talking about different issues, but touching can also be a taboo. touching people that are not close to you in particular is seen as a no-go, absolutely, in many cultures, in our case, in the Indian culture. And in reverse, the Portuguese and overall, I would say, Southern Europeans don't have at all this taboo. I mean, it's the opposite. They are very tactile, touch a lot people. It's not uncommon to kiss your relatives, to kiss people you barely know, and even people you don't know. I come from a culture where it's not uncommon to come to a party where you meet lots of people you don't know and you shake their hands, and 3 hours later you leave the party and you kiss everyone on the cheek because, well, this habit is quite common, for instance, in the French culture. So this short little case, I hope you enjoyed it. I'd be very interested to know if you've been in a situation where greetings created an embarrassment, and where maybe touching someone created an embarrassment, and kissing someone created an embarrassment. So there are plenty of options possible. Please let me know through the comments section below what's your experience. What did you make of this case? And if you want to know more about that case and other cases, I invite you to get yourself a copy of that book, 199 Cross-Cultural Case Studies. It's available online. You can get an ebook or a printed copy. I prefer myself a printed copy. And I thank you for your presence here and for listening to this podcast. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much and goodbye.